Okay, what's up, everybody? This your boy Q from server 828 Continent 3. Quick shout out to everyone who qualified for season 16 of All Stars, regardless of which league you qualified for. And extra shout out to everyone who was able to advance to the semifinals, regardless of which league you qualified for. So what I want to get into today is the autumn ceremony sale. All right. So you got this pack right here. And the reason why I'm going over this is for the 100 gold helmets. And you'll see why when I scroll over here to the Alliance Carnival section. Right. So if you go to Sword of Justice, we have some goodies over here. But the package here is only $9.99 and you get 15 helmets. So you're going to have to pay a lot more if you're buying this pack versus if you go and buy the Autumn Ceremony Sale pack and with your triple and double downs and you're getting 100 gold helmets. Anyways, they brought back Zhao Yu, and forgive me if I pronounced that name wrong. All right. Great assistant wall general. And he comes with the covenant. In order to fully do his covenant, you'll need a copy of Sun Ce, a copy of Lu Xun, and a copy of Zhang Fei. As you see, he has that healing speed at the cooperation covenant of 5%, and 10% in-city ground troop and mounted troop defense at the Faith Covenant. So regardless if you're using them as a main wall general or assistant, you'll still get those buffs. All right. You got the Caesar skin here, and then they also have a copy of Caesar. This copy of Caesar costs you 100 USD with a triple down coupon. So if you're not lucky enough to get them in the Mayan event or from a general token, then here's your opportunity to do so, to have a monster general. He also helps with doing the full covenant for Marcus Agrippa. Anyways, here's the skin right here. So it's an own to activate mounted troop attack 15%. So that's good if you're doing PvP. And use to activate mounted troop attack on monsters 30%. And that's fantastic if you're using this guy for monster hunting. Okay, you do way better using a monster general killing monsters than you do using a PvP general killing monsters. So whether it's your main or the assistant, you need at least one mounted monster general. Unless you're just super strong, then it doesn't really apply. But for the most part, even if you're getting wounded on some of those bigger monsters and you're really strong, when you switch out to a mounted monster general, let's say at the assistant role, you probably won't get wounded anymore. Anyways, moving on. They have the Baldwin skin released now, and you can also get copies of Baldwin. So if you need a sub-mayor, you can get him. He's pretty good. Here's the full ascension. Again, if you're not lucky enough to get him out of the general tokens, then here's a chance to purchase a few copies to ascend him if necessary. Anyways, the skin is here. This is used to activate. So you need to have him on duty as a sub-mayor and using this skin to get the debuff of enemy ground troop and mounted troop HP minus 10% and enemy range troop and siege machine attack minus 5%. I also like this skin. I think it's one of the better decorations that they have for avatar skins. Super cool. All right. Moving on. If you weren't able to get the Pyramid Castle when that event was released, if you were playing the game during that time, here's an opportunity to get the permanent skin. Okay. So it has own to activate mounted troop attack on monsters 5%. So this is going to work whether you're using the skin or not because you own it. And then the use to activate stuff, you got gathering speed 10%, march speed to monsters 10%, and march speed 10%. Okay. So again, this is a good opportunity to get a permanent skin if you don't have one already, especially if you're not PvP. Then yeah, this is a good skin to get for relatively cheap. Now, if you are PvP, then you need a good siege castle and you don't have one already, you got the Sea Fort here. So it has own to activate enemy siege machine defense -5%. And then when you're using the skin, you have siege machine attack defense and HP 12% buff. And then for your debuffs, you have enemy siege machine defense -10%, enemy siege machine HP. Excuse me, that's not 10%, 18%, and enemy siege machine HP -18%. Okay, I'm not really a fan of the castle design, but in regards to the buffs and the debuffs, not bad. All right, this will cost you about half a cake. Same with that Baldwin skin, if that's what you're trying to do. That Caesar skin is going to cost you a full royal party, if I didn't say that already. All right, and moving on over here, they re-released some of these pasture dragons right there. Will of Dragon War. Right here, you can get Jowser, Fowls of Assault, or Radiant Worm. So, depending on which one of these you don't already have or would like to get, here's your opportunity. If you're lucky, you can spin and win it for free. Otherwise, it's gonna cost you about 200 to 300 USD. Okay, using your triple down coupons, right? Or triple and double downs, depending on what you have available. I highly recommend for Salt if you need a mounted dragon and you don't have one already, and because you could use him for PvP or for monsters. He also, in his third talent, has a enemy range troop debuff that you can activate. Or if you just want to increase your debuffs, you can get Radiant Worm. He debuffs enemy siege machine HP. And since I got him, I'll share it with you guys real quick. Bam. Right here. So yeah, just for owning them, you'll get the enemy siege machine HP debuff. Depending on what level you got him is what percentage you'll get. And in his talents, you get the enemy ground troop and mounted troop defense debuff and the enemy siege machine defense debuff. And again, that'll vary in the percentage of the debuffs you get depending on what level you have them on. Last thing I want to cover is the Tomb Expedition. So you get an opportunity to win some premium generals for cheap and a military strategist historic general chest. So instead of going for full cake and getting Sun Wu, you can get them here at a discount, right? So here's some of his specials here. And if you're super lucky and you're just hoarding general chests like crazy, that's what his full ascension looks like, or the different ascension levels, right? But you could also get all these other premium duty officers, as well as you have Simone and Zudi in here for submares. Highly recommend those. Yeah, so just make sure you're doing your daily tasks to the best of your ability daily. Do those 100 spins. Try to clear out, get all those limited rewards. And until you get up to level 4 and can get that chest. Anyway, guys, that's all for me. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe.